Hi there. Hi there. I think I am live. Just bear with me till I just adjust a few things and see. Should be live on YouTube. Just give it a minute to catch up. Well, do you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and see if it is live. Is anybody there? Just checking just now. Oh yeah, I am live on YouTube, so let's just see if anyone's going to join me. I'll just get the screen up. Hi Karen. I'm just going to go ahead. Andrew, hiya. I've just decided to have another go, see if I can get this right. I'm just going to, got myself all tongue tied now because I've worked myself up to doing this. Hi guys. Thanks very much for joining me, everybody. So this morning, hi Kaz, hi Karen, and hi Cheryl, Christine, Louisa, Ruth, Karen, Ali. Just going to go ahead. Andrew, hiya. I've just decided to have another go, see if I can get this right. Oh, I know what I need to do is turn the volume off on my iPad. Got myself all tongue tied. I'm learning. Myself up to doing this. Hi guys. Thanks very much for joining me, everybody. So this morning, hi Kaz, hi Karen. Right, that's better. It's really quite weird. There's a lag on when I'm watching this on the iPad, so it's going to take me a wee while to get used to it. But anyway, let's craft. I think I've got more of this on view to you. I'm having a bit of trouble. I've actually got my camera clamped onto my Big Shot, and it's on a pile of catalogues, a Soap and Glory box, and then an A4 storage box, and then it's all sitting on top of that, so it's all a bit precarious, so I need to do something about that. But you know what, Rome wasn't built in a day. So what I came on to show you was the card I did in class. I had Sunday Stamper class this morning, so I came on to kind of show you this card and show you how I went about. This is actually a card that I'm doing for the challenge that Ruth and her buddies put out in Christmas Stampathon. So the challenge is to do 4 cards using a fancy fold. So I have done a Z fold card, or as in the States you call it a Z fold. So this is what we did this in class today. And so I've used 2 stamp sets in this, and I'm going to do some of one for you to show you how to do that. So I've used Snowfront and I've used Nature's Beauty. I'm using Nature's Beauty on purpose because I want to actually increase my sales of this stamp set, because we Stampin' Up are giving in the UK, for every Nature's Beauty stamp that we sell, Stampin' Up are giving £2.50 to a mental health charity. They're doing something very similar in all the countries that they trade in, but in the UK, so I can sell to anyone in the UK and to anyone in France, Austria, the Netherlands and Germany. So if you're from any of these countries and you haven't bought one of these and you're not a demonstrator, I'd love it if you would buy one from me. However, if you already have a demonstrator, please go and buy from your own demonstrator. So that's enough ramble. I think this is great, and I've challenged myself to see how many of these I can sell by demonstrating it to people, get it in people's hands. So I'm using it in classes, and I'm going to use it in demonstrations here. And I just love this snow front. I've always liked, I like High Tide, I like, what's the other one that we've got that's building pictures. I love building up pictures, and a lot of the ladies in my classes like doing that too. So this has been great fun. Now, as you see, I've not used a lot of colours in this one. In this one I have only really used Seaside Spray and Night of Navy. So you can see you don't actually have to have a lot of materials. A couple of stamp sets, some white card, some coloured card, and there you go, away you go. So I'm going to start off to build the scene. What I did was I got the mountains and the Night of Navy. Whoops. Trying to, oh no, I've got a low battery, bear with me. Right, I'm going to have to choose by either see your chatter or lose this battery. So I did mean to go and get another charging cable before I started. But I'm not quite sure what we're doing here. I might have to abort this, but we'll try anyway. So basically, I'm going to stamp. I did mean to do one in between there. Stamp a line of mountains and do the second stamp and even a third stamp off. I was calm as a cucumber until I started getting this set up, and I think maybe a third generation stamping. I'm just basically stamping this mountain sort of across the top half, leaving a bit of sky as well. Maybe this one, maybe down here a bit. And then just, that's fine, that's a mountain range to me. And then I used this grounding one. Bear with me till I just get another charging cable. I think I have one not far away. This is a bit mental. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but if you just bear with me, I'll sort this out. Oh, technology. Who else is challenged by technology? Let's talk amongst yourselves, ladies. I sort this out. I'm not going to be beaten by electricity and charge. That's iPad plugged in on the very, very short lead. And then oops. Oh, okay. Oh, I hope you're not seasick. I'm here just for your entertainment, I think. Feel free to laugh. Right, I don't know if that's better. I can't see now, and you'll be all squint. Are you still up the right way? Yep, I can see. Right, okay. Sorry about that. Are you okay now? Are you steady? So we've got our mountains in. Let's get some land and something to ground it all. So I used these two randomly, and again I'm just sticking with one colour here. I'm just going to do it all in Night of Navy. So just got a few blocks around. Let's see, I'm going to put a wee house over here, so I'm going to put a wee bit of land here for the house to sit on. I don't want it too low down. And we'll we'll have some ground in the forefront. And what I did was just kind of join these up, kind of zigzag them. I can't see what you guys are saying. Hi Vanessa. Right, and then start at the front, so the darkest one's at the front, and then just zigzag, just sort of like wee pathways coming down. That would do just now, because we can build that up as we go. And then I want my wee house. A wee hoose. That one's not big enough. Which direction do I need to wiggle you? Is that a bit better, Ruth? Are we okay now? Are you? Is it the right way round, or are you still upside down? Oh no. Oh yeah, I get that. Right, okay, so it shouldn't have done that. I had it. It's because I'm using an app in between me and YouTube, so let's see. I've played with my phone, but I think it's because I dropped it there. Okay, I'll just plug it back in. Right, now I can't see what you can see. Do you think you can see most of it now? Can we? I'll just try and keep moving my stamp into the middle. Are you? I could move it a bit. You don't really want to be seeing the desk. Let me move it. Which way am I moving it? Doesn't want to. It's because I've got wires everywhere now. I think that might be. If anyone was getting a fangle doing this, it was going to be me. Right, a wee hoose, as we say here in Scotland. I need to move my. And what do we need? Some bushes. I'm going to use the bushes from here. You can always add more ground in if the trees and bushes look like they're floating. Just putting. It really doesn't matter. Do you know what? We displayed this in class today, and everybody ended up with some nice results without paying too much attention. And then I'm going to put some deer in. There's quite a lot to do, so I'm trying to move on because we had a bit of a wobbly start, didn't we? So I'm going to put some deer and I'm going to move them where you can try and keep my stamp into the... No, I don't want them too low down because I'm going to chop the bottom off, so let's put some in here. The deer tend to sort of come towards the houses when they're hungry. Put some in the garden. That will do just now. What else should we have in this picture? Maybe some grass to ground it. This really is just playing with the stamps. That I'm making a picture, you know, and it'll either be good or not. Just sort of put some grass in front of, don't press too hard, as I tell all the ladies in the class, and then when I'm demonstrating I do it too hard and get lines. Just putting some grass in front of the wee clumps of trees in the foreground. Hey Jenny! Yeah, you found it finally. I've not got to it cracked yet. You should see me, I've got cables everywhere and camera, phone up on books, and you know, it's not perfect in any way, but then, you know, if we don't start, you don't learn. And I hope that this will encourage other people to start, that I'm not starting off all perfect and knowing what I'm doing. And I've forgotten, what else did I have in this picture? Where's my card? Don't even know where my sample card is now. Everything's disappeared on me. It's fallen or something, so oh gosh, this is crazy. Here it is. So what else did I have in the picture? That was it. Some land, some trees, a house. That's fine. I think that's it. So basically just make your wee picture. I mean, you can put more, like, what, you could put loads of things in it. You could have another house somewhere else if you want. Could put one maybe about there. Wee cabin in the woods. And I'm glad that's quite faint, because it just, that's all you need in your picture. Do you want, you could have some snow, you could add what you like. In one of them where is this one? I've got some others that I've done already. So this one I added snow, and that's this stamp. That's this stamp here. It's like wee snow, so it's quite effective there, giving a bit of snow on your picture. You know, you can add on as much as you like. That one, I did the snow with Seaside Spray, and this one I added a bit of colour. So this one I've not put the animals on this yet, but I've done the mountains with what's our new colour? Purple Posy, and I've used the other new colour, Peacock, Pretty Peacock, Night of Navy. And then I had a bit of a mess here. I'd got a fingerprint or something, so I pulled the birds out from Sailing Home and popped them to hide my wee, and then I've popped the wee bird from Snowfront, and I've popped him in some strategic places as well. So that's that. So what you have to do, once you've stamped your scene, I've done this at 11.6 centimetres, the full length of the A4 sheet. And then what we do is we get in our brand spanking new trimmer, which I am loving, and I don't know about brave, Christine, maybe stupid, but hey. Okay, so I'm going to chop 1.5 centimetres from the bottom of this picture, and that's why it was 11.6 for a reason. So that what I left up here with is, just get that stamp set ordered. So what I've done, that is 10.1 centimetres there. If you'll have to work out your measurements if you don't use centimetres. You can get a converter app to do that. So then I need, this is 10.1 centimetres that way, so I need one piece that's 14.4, and I'm actually wanting it to be this piece. I will try and blog this so that the measurements are all there. Hi Jen. So 14.4, so that's that end of my card, and then two pieces that are 7 centimetres. I have roughly written this down so it will be possible for me to blog it, so that you can get the measurements if you want to do something similar. This little bit on the end we won't be using. So that's us cut that into 3 pieces. So that is 14.4 centimetres, and these 2 pieces are 7 centimetres wide, okay? And then where is the long strip? So I need to do the same with the long strip. So again, we'll cut. Probably could have done this, but I don't know which way round is more sensible to do it. So 14.4. Seven. If you're able to stick with me and I manage to hold my nerve long enough, I will be showing you how to do reverse stamping before we finish this card, so that you can have 2 sides to your wee animals. And I'll be showing you that with the Stamparatus. But let's stick the basic card together so that we've got somewhere to work. And it's anyone's guess as to where to put the glue. Right, here's my wee trick that I do as well. I keep a wee jar here. It's got some chocolates at the bottom. I don't know why they've ended up there to go into my swaps for Germany, so I don't really want them covered in glue. Right, so when I'm working I usually just leave my glue upside down like that, so that there's a chance I can get it sorted. So I've cut the basic parts for this card, and again this is 2 centimetres wide, and it's the full length of A4 card. And this one is half a sheet of A4 cut long ways, cut that way. And then they're both got the same scores, it's just they're folded the opposite way round. So you first score at 7.4 centimetres, and then at that lovely measurement, that 14.8 centimetres. 14.85, sorry, not 8.5, 14.85 centimetres. What a blather I am. So let's just get on with this. So we want this picture on the back, on here. Hope I'm not boring those of you who actually know how to do this, but I know there'll be a lot of people out there who don't. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm struggling to zoom out. I really am. I've got a big problem with my stand here, Sheila. Oops, I do appreciate your point of view, but it's just not going to, and every time I try to move it I'm making it worse. So I will just try to work as much as I can in the middle here. So it will get better. I'll get a better stand. Sorry Sheila, I know you're trying to be constructive and I do appreciate that, but every time I touch the phone it just wobbles. And no, it's good to tell me, because sometimes, I mean, I might be working away and there might be something that I can fix. I'll come back to that, Jen, in a wee minute. Right, so Jen's asking what stamp sets I've used. So I've used Snowfront and Nature's Beauty. I've paired these up together. I'm challenging myself, Jen, to sell as many of these sets in the UK. So I know that you're a demonstrator. So for every set that we sell or buy of these, there's £2.50 going to a UK mental health charity. So it's a good one. And so what I am going to do is, for every one that I sell, I'm going to send £2 of that as well to the mental health charity. I'll put more of that on my blog. So how's everybody's Sunday been? Have you all had a good Sunday? I had my Sunday Stampers class this morning. So it's quite good because I got that extra hour in bed, and we don't start till later on a Sunday to allow people to do, you know, go to church if they're going to church, or just do whatever other things they do on a Sunday morning. And so we start at 11 and we go through to 1 o'clock. So I actually got most of the house chores done before class, so that was quite good, because it meant once I moved all the things away after class, I had a relatively clean and tidy house to live in. So I had quite a good day. So I have made a mistake, and I'm just going to go with it, because that goes on there, and I've put all these bits upside down, and I'm not changing them now. So that's what happens when you talk. Your craft. Is it nice and floral? It's been beautiful. I've just put a wee bit of glue along there, and I'm just going to put my upside down. Well, I might just stamp over that in a wee bit. I'm putting my upside down grass. When you're making a card like this, remember what you're doing and don't blether. Then you might get it right. But anyway, at least you'll get the idea of the... Maybe I need to send this to one of you ladies in New Zealand or Australia, and then it will be the right way around for you. Right, so I'm laughing at myself and my upside down grass. Do you know what I'm going to just quickly do? And then I'm going to show you how to do reverse stamping. So I've got my Night and Navy out again. I've got the wee stamp for the grass. And I'm just going to do some grass the right way up. Just confuse it. I'm going to be sticking some of the animals on here anyway, so I can be quite strategic about where I stick them now. It will be to cover up my mistakes. But we'll just put some grass the right way up. Right, that will do. Could only get worse. Right. Don't want this to take up your whole evening. Hey, anyone new that's joining us? I can do what? Picture in picture. Oh, that's beyond me with Switcher. It's completely... I'll need to read up on about it. I'm not really worked out the controls with it or anything. I was hoping that YouTube would just get their act together and let me do live straight to them, because this doing it through an app bit's a bit of a challenge to me. Everything's a challenge. Anyway, I'm going to pop that's the basic card constructed, and you can add what you like to that now. You could, you could do all sorts of things. You could have this strip along the top, and you could have hung some air balloons and things. You could have used what's our set with the balloon above the clouds. We could have had some air balloons hanging down, all sorts. You can build up quite a 3D look with this. I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus and show you. Where's my card? My first card. I'll show. With this one, as you can see, I've got the rabbits here when the card is closed. Are just about kissing each other. See, and if I open it up, I'm trying to stay in the middle where you've got a chance of seeing. Like, you can see. They're both facing that way, but you can see this rabbit on both sides. Do you see what I mean? So I have stamped already. I've got quite a lot of animals already cut out, because obviously they take time. So I've got a two-sided fox and some double-sided rabbits cut out. So I'm just going to show you with the rabbit, for anyone who doesn't know how to do reverse stamping. So what I've done, I'll just show you. I'll get my bit of paper. So I've got a little bit of scrap paper here. Hi Karen from New Zealand. Lovely to have you here on one of my very early lives, and I'm still learning how to do things. So anyway, we're using the Stamparatus here to do a double-sided stamping, which is really good. So pop my stamp down. Karen, Ruth and I have never physically met. I just found Ruth on her YouTube channel and I really like her style, and I've been stalking her ever since. And Esther of Stampin' Star Creations. So anyone who's here tonight watching me who isn't already a fan of Artful Stamping or Stampin' Star Creations, I suggest that you check out their channels on YouTube, because most of what, not everything I'm showing you tonight, but most of what I'll show you for the next wee while will be things that I've learned from Ruth. Hi Diane, thank you. Hi Elizabeth, how are you? Right, I need to concentrate now because I'll start making more mistakes. Okay, so I've decided where my stamp is going to be. I'm going to take my paper out, and what I've got here is our silicone sheet. Now this is a fairly cheap item, but a very handy item to add on to your order when you're ordering your Stamparatus and your, what stamp set did I say? Your Nature's Beauty. Okay, so I'm just inking up. Now I need to I'm going to replace this Night of Navy pad for one of the new ones. Since we're having custom problems with re-inkers and I don't have a Night of Navy re-inker, I'm just going to buy a new stamp pad just now. Why did I shut it? I need it. I'm not too kind, Ruth. A lot of the stamping things I've learned from you, and you've helped me loads to put things together. Yeah, things like Z-fold cards and double-sided stamping, well, you know, we can all learn these, but I've done a lot of these for years. But they're all things we can learn. I'm just here to share another idea. So anyway, I've inked up my stamp. I'm not quite sure. Let me see what you guys can see here. Have I got this? I don't know how much you can see. So I've inked this stamp. I'm trying to bring it in where you can see. I've inked the stamp and then I'm going to stamp it down onto the silicone mat. I'm really going to have to do something about being able to... Is that any better, Ruth? Can you see? You've been jumping about, Elizabeth, and hurting yourself. Can you see now? Can you see what I'm doing? Thanks. Right, so I've inked it up and I've stamped it down once. I'm going to ink it again. Is that better now? Sorry, I just keep forgetting. I will spend some time trying to work out a better place to have my camera. There's something weird with this switcher, and I've got a screen asking me if I want to cancel, and it's across the control I can see, because I've not worked out how to control it from my iPad and use my camera as a remote camera. That's just too technical. This girl takes a week or two to work things out, and I've lost my bit of paper. I had, yeah, it's still here. No, it's not, but I am so challenged just now. Right, I've got another piece of Whisper White here. Luckily I've loads cut. So I've inked up my silicone mat and I've put my card down there, and then I'm going to ink up my stamp again. Sorry, I'm labouring this a bit. Ink up my stamp again, pull it down, just giving it a bit of pressure, more not so much for the impression on the top but for the impression underneath to come through properly. So there we go. Voila! A double-sided rabbit. Okay. Now you could then turn this card around, and then you can have, if you were just wanting two stamped images facing each other, you could repeat the same process. But I'm not going to do that just now. I'm just going to show you that roughly when you cut it out, you have got a double-sided rabbit. You see? No matter what side you cut, oh, Elizabeth. So you can fussy cut him right to the line, which is what I'm doing, or you could leave a little white border, especially in that most of the picture is blue and white. It doesn't matter which way you do it. I find this has got quite a line. It's like a line drawing, these animals. This stamp set is so beautiful. I'd like to think I would be able to do that kind of drawing myself, but I can't. I'm trying to stay in the middle here so that you guys can see what I'm meaning. Well, I'm all hot. Obviously I got myself a bit nervous there because I'd started and then I started running out of power. I felt such an idiot. Right, but there you go. One wee rabbit. Put that out of the way. So I had the jar all strategically placed so that I could have my glue in it, and then I've laid my glue down. Very good. I'm going to take this messy piece away. I don't like making cards up. And I think I just battered you with that paper. Right. So we've got a load of animals here. I just did single stamp the deer. So let's bring the card back in that we made. That's not it, because that's not got upside down grass. This is the one we made just now. So I don't know how much. I keep having to, I'm going to have a sore neck by the time I'm finished because I'm keeping having to, I think you can maybe see that better about there. Right, I keep having to look upside down at my phone. Right. So the deer is going here. So if you have a look on Facebook and find Ruth's page, Artfuls, is it Ruth, put them a link to your Artful Stamping Space or your Stampathon challenge, because I think some of my friends would quite like to get involved with the Christmas Stampathon, albeit probably the last one, isn't it? So and then I'm just going to pop some more animals on here. I stick them on this front bar so that we're going, I'm actually just going to pop this wee fox at the end there. Am I? No, well, I have now. So I've got a few things stamped out here. I can choose what we're having. So I quite like the way that the rabbit worked out in front of the house, but I don't know if I can do that now. Where did it be? So we had just put some glue on his bottom, because you don't want glue all over, because you don't want it to stick to the card mechanism. Now to see if we can have kissing rabbits, this one needs to stick to about there. So we'll just pop some glue on his bottom. So that's the stand, that the thing that the phone is on isn't even staying when where I put it. Right, so we'll maybe bring him in a wee bit closer. Don't want him really sitting on top of the fox, do we? Oh he is. They're all pals anyway. And then we'll just have a wee fox. I don't have to talk a load of rubbish, do I? But hey, there we go. Yeah, it's fun fold cards, Jenny. So I've combined two techniques here in that we've got a Z fold card. So what, I think we need something else in here. Will we need another bunny in here, do you think? Yeah, let's have another bunny. I choose to do another bunny because they're easier to cut out. We need to hide this upside down grass anyway. Right, so am I bringing this in? Bring this in so that you guys can see. So we've got a lot of rabbits but around the house here. We've got our lovely deer and we've got a fox keeping an eye on what's going on here. So thanks for watching, ladies. So any of my customers that are watching, please buy one of these stamp sets from me. There will be a link to my online shop later on. I don't even think this video at the moment has even got a title. It's just called live stream because I didn't work out how to do that beforehand because of using the app thing. But do you know what? We'll work it out. Thanks so much everyone for putting up with me and staying with me, those of you who stayed till the end. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you. Bye bye. Everything's upside down. I can't even work out how to